guys, my name is Ali, and I am currently on my first co-op term at University of Waterloo. If you watched my last video, I talked about my first year experience at UWaterloo. I really hope that video didn't scare you guys too much because it wasn't like overall a great experience. There was definitely the good parts and the bad parts to it. So I just reckon after creating that video that I could probably create another video talking about things that I wish I knew before coming to Waterloo. So I asked some of my friends and combined them with my own thoughts, and together now I have this video, which is essentially 10 things I wish I knew before coming to Waterloo. So enough talk, let's dive right in. The first thing is going to club events. You don't have to really join a club before going to club events, you can simply just go to their events. For example, Sports Club at Waterloo offers 1 month of free trial, so pretty much you can go for free for 1 month, and depending on whether you like it or not, you can decide either to commit to it or not, I guess. For example, there's Kendo Club, there's Fencing Club, and a lot of fancy sports that you've probably heard of but never tried. So why not trying it once in university? The second pro of going to clubs is a lot of them offer free foods and drink, and this one isn't sport clubs specific. For example, like CS clubs and arts clubs and data science club, like a lot of other clubs. The first few times you go there, and even like in future events, they offer free corn dogs, bubble tea, pizza, so you can get quite a lot of free food from it. I mean, who doesn't like free food, right? The second thing is, it's okay to feel imposter syndrome. If you don't know what that is, it's pretty much a feeling of you don't really belong here because you're not good enough and everyone around you are way smarter. This is a feeling that most people I've talked to at Waterloo experience, and this is completely normal. And I just want to state one fact here that might help you when you're feeling imposter syndrome. You might feel like that you got into Waterloo merely because you were lucky. The thing is, UWaterloo has a bar for everyone that applies, and this bar contains your grade, your extracurricular activities, and contest scores, and pretty much everything that's relevant. If you are someone that's above this bar, that's when you enter the applicant pool. And I do admit that after entering the applicant pool, it's kind of a luck-based thing on whether you get into UWaterloo or not. But hey, you are already above this bar because you got in, and Waterloo is definitely not stupid. This says that you are someone that's competent, you are someone who's self-motivated, and you are someone that can definitely be really successful. So don't look down on yourself. Waterloo definitely has quite a lot of experience in picking the right individuals. The third thing is, it's definitely a great idea to go to your lectures. A lot of your profs are gonna post videos on YouTube or on Learn, and if they already posted it, why bother walking all the way to the lecture hall if you can just watch it on your bed in your PJs? That's exactly what I thought. But the thing is, unless you're someone who is super good at learning content just by yourself, don't do this. Because before you know it, you're gonna be very behind on the course content. And I don't think you want to know how painful it is to cram everything in 1 week or 2 days during the midterm or final season. It is always a good idea to go to the Tutoring Centre when you feel like you're confused about something. I went to the Maths Tutoring Centre so many times throughout the semester, and it saved my life every single time. In university, no matter what faculty you're in, you're likely going to get weekly assignments. And these, a lot of them, are pretty big assignments, and at first you might be confused about how do you even start them, and what does some of the questions even mean? And this is the exact time when you should just go into the Tutoring Centre. The Maths Tutoring Centre at Waterloo is open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. every single day from Monday to Friday. So you can pretty much hop in anytime and they will provide help. So don't be scared, just go there if you're ever confused. Another thing is, set realistic expectations for yourself. I know earlier I mentioned that you shouldn't look down on yourself, but this is something that's kind of separate. Here I will quote what my dean said on our first day at UWaterloo. All of you here are brilliant students from high school, and I don't deny that you guys are still all brilliant. But at UWaterloo, half of you are going to be below average. Most of you guys are probably used to getting 80s and 90s in high school. In university, things might change, but that doesn't mean you're a failure, as long as that you allow yourself to grow at your own pace. And I know this is something that's easier said than done, but try to compare yourself less to the people around you, as that will usually do more harm than good, and I am speaking from my personal experience. You might feel loneliness in university a lot more compared to in high school. This is especially applicable if you are not someone in a cohort, like in engineering. And this is, again, completely normal. A lot of times, you might just find yourself studying alone in a library or in your dorm. The best advice to this is try to embrace the loneliness and enjoy the time that you spend with yourself. Make use of the short-term self-declare absence when you have an emergency. If you suddenly got sick or you suddenly had a family emergency coming up and you really don't have time to get the evidence for that, you can use this self-declared absence. You can use this once per semester, and you do not need any proof. You don't need a doctor's note, and you don't need a proof for attending an event. You merely need to fill out this form yourself and submit it to the university. Now, this form would exempt you from most quizzes, tests, and assignments. You need to confirm with your TA on whether you are qualified for these accommodations. Bring blindfolds, earplugs, and melatonins if you are a light sleeper. It is very likely that you will get assigned to a dorm where you and your roommate share a room. And most of the time, you and your roommate will not have exactly the same sleep schedule. And if you're a light sleeper like me, always have those things ready, because they might wake up the time you go to sleep, and you might wake up the time they go to sleep. Having your sleep schedule messed up is something that's horrible in university. Try to find housing for second year in first semester, because as you move on to the second semester in first year, your course load gets a lot heavier and you also have to deal with co-op. Dealing with all that plus finding housing is super stressful. This is something that I did because I didn't know the importance of finding housing early, and I got super stressed out in second semester. Don't do this, and try to find housing as early as possible. Last thing is something that I didn't know would help me before coming to Waterloo. At Waterloo, at some point, you might have some mental breakdowns. I guess this is something that will apply no matter which university or college you're going to. When you're having a mental breakdown, the best thing to do is either talk to someone or take a walk outside. Taking a walk outside is something that's way more effective than you think it is. When you first go to UWaterloo, make sure you explore the campus fully. Find a spot that you really like, and you can always just walk there when you're feeling a bit down or you're having a mental breakdown. And that's all the advice I have for you guys. If you're someone who's currently attending UWaterloo, feel free to leave a comment and tell me what is your advice for someone who's first coming to Waterloo. And thank you to you guys for watching my video, and please like and subscribe, as this would really help me. And the best advice to this is that try to enjoy your alone time. Try to enjoy being alone, and try to enjoy loneliness, and try to embrace the loneliness sometimes. Bring blindfolds and earplugs